Hey, what is up everybody, Blades here, and today for you guys another video of Persona 5X. Inside today's video, guys, we're going to be going ahead and doing our first impressions over the girl being Barry here, seeing that she just recently came out and we ended up getting her as well as her 5-star weapon. So I said, you know what, let's go ahead and give her a little bit of a shot here. We're going to be mainly testing out what she can do. So if you guys are interested in this video, be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy. As always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really does help me out quite a lot. Now we're going to be covering a lot of things with TW as well as with Global this week, so it's going to be very, very interesting. Though we have a ton of things to cover, so surely do look forward to that. Though this is going to be literally my first time checking out this character. I haven't utilized her, have not done really much with her. Her card set is very much so incomplete, and both of these are absolutely not leveled, and I only have made 2 of them, which this one I'm really not too happy with, but this one I actually do like a lot. We have not upgraded anything with her. I think the most I've done is like this, but I'm just gonna end up upgrading all of her actual things because I really want to see how this character can be used. Now currently I literally don't know what her best team truly is. From what I know, she is a DOT unit who can also somehow crit on her DOT hits. So I'm fairly interested in that, and I want to make sure we have all the mats kind of decent, so then we're able to what is it called, go ahead and kind of showcase her off a little bit. But with this character, as I did say, she is a single target curse unit, and with everything that she's somewhat offering here, she seems to be a huge talk, and I'm actually considering A6R6ing this character, seeing how busted she probably could end up being. Not to mention, she has a cool design, so the character herself seems pretty darn awesome, and I really can't wait to see what she all can do. Now, while going over this character, I'm also going to be reading a little bit of her kit inside of at least the what's called P5X worldwide chat here, because if I'm being dead honest with this character, after I saw in the trailer, I was already making up my mind that, hey, we're summoning on this character, but I was still fairly unsure what she really did do. So I'm still in that little bit of a misty area on at least how she's going to be utilized so far, but we're going to figure it out together for the most part. So I'm just upgrading everything. We're going to try and get her up as high as possible for everything, and then we'll just give out a look at her whole kit here. So now that we have her up a little bit, we're just going to go ahead and do one of these matches and mainly check out what the character can do. Now, from what I know, I don't know if it's something she does right off bat, but she can do follow-up kills, which is fairly interesting because follow-up kills are not something that you see too often, especially in this game here. So the fact that she has something of that nature is pretty darn cool. And another good part is she actually is bringing back the girl Cord. So I'm very excited about that because Cord, as many of you guys know, I invested into a lot. And with that in mind, it really does make me interested. Another thing that I do know is she has a new dagger. So we have a new dagger for this. So we could very well do some crazy stuff. But go ahead and do this. And let me make sure I'm not on auto, because I may very well be on auto. Yes, I was. All right. So now let me go ahead and pull up her whole kit. First things first is I want to check out that ultimate, which I do want to read what that does as well, because everything with this character just looks so freaking cool, so awesome, that I genuinely was astounded when I actually ended up looking at this character to really figure out how and what the heck she's all about. So currently this character can of course build up attack stats with at least one of her passives, and this is going to be the passive called Obsession. I need to check and see if we have any built up yet on the first round, which is something that's pretty interesting that she very well could do here. And I'm thinking it might be this one here. Yes, it is, because it's a actual attack up, which is pretty darn cool to see. But as well, she's able to deal with the highlight itself, which is the one that I want to go ahead and try out first, seeing that we have it. Deal a certain amount of attack percentage and make resentment deal critical damage. Now resentment apparently is one of her little stacks that she's able to put on people, and it immediately does damage over time damage. So I want to actually see how this looks, and I want to slow this down as well, because It's one of the, when I did see the ult, it was just so freaking cool seeing it. So we got the ghost, of course. She tells us a little bit of a shush, and just checking it out here, just the hits, and I did decent bit, so which is not too crazy, but 28, and that's mainly just because, of course, we have no things on this character just yet, but still freaking awesome to see. Claps the hands together, does some crazy damage here, but it's awesome. So now for the first skill, which is the one we're gonna end up seeing first immediately, I want to just go ahead and guard these dudes because I really want to see how this does work. And actually, in fact, let me just kill this, I guess, because I do know if someone dies, the resentment does transfer, but I don't know if she gets multiple hits for killing. I think it's on her first. Yeah, it is on her first skill. So I want to check if she just does that naturally. So if we're able to kill, which I don't know if we can, but boom, we do. Okay, so she just automatically gets that immediate kill, which is awesome to see that she can just do that. That makes farming a lot easier, a lot better. And that is called the butterfly beheadment. My first thing that I think about when of course I play this character is pretty much Sela from Honkai Star Rail, and I won't lie, pretty darn cool. But apparently with this here, depending on the HP amount and the amount of course resentment stacks that you do have, it heavily increases the skill damage you deal. If we do get that said kill, which as you guys saw we did, it will do a chain activation. Now with the resentment here, pretty much all this does, it increases the amount of curse damage we can deal, in which increases our attack for 4 turns up to a certain amount of stacks. Whenever a foe does actually die with the said resentment on, it will then go to the highest HP foe. Now I don't know if the highlight actually stacks this resentment, which no, it doesn't look like it stacks any resentment here. It only just utilizes it. But when we have that said stack, of course, it'll help us out quite a lot. Now, since we do have the weapon as well, or the 5-star weapon that is on this said character, it actually increases our crit rate. And whenever we have Obsession Love stacks, which is another thing that she's able to put on herself, it increases our damage dealt. So Obsession Love itself, pretty much from how it's stated, we're able to get a certain amount of boost. Depending on these said Obsession Love stacks, for 1 stack, we're getting more resentment, increasing our damage taken, or at least the enemy's damage taken. For 2 whole stacks, we get crit rate increase, and also skill damage counts for damage over time increases. And then for 3 stacks, we're able to get damage over time. What these stacks are is this little thing at the bottom here, which as you guys can see, we have one of, and I think once we are able to, what is it called? It says whenever we use butterfly beheadment, we're actually able to get more of those said stacks here. So anytime we use our first skill or even our highlight, we're just going to be getting that said stack. So it really does help you out. Now, the thing I want to know here is if we happen to kill something like this, will it transfer to the next round? Okay, so no, I didn't. I was hoping that like you could do something crazy with that, but not. So that's kind of interesting to see, but I want to see the second skill, which is called Blood Rose Kiss. And this one is more of a, of course, single target hit, but this inflicts 4 resentment stacks on the target, which is our version of DOT. So let's go ahead and check this out as well. I want to guard up because I want to make sure we're getting the chance to pretty much do everything with this character. I want to really check out this character a lot, and just already seeing what she can kind of do with the little amount of what's it called, the little amount of cards that we have on, it's already kind of interesting. But go ahead and use skill 2, which looks something like this. This then puts those 4 stacks on, in which I'm pretty positive like it's the DOT effect, in which that should deal some crazy damage. So let me check on, at least check out on that as well. I want to see how much damage we can deal off of this, if possible. But let's see. All right, so we got 16k worth of damage off that. Dang, that's actually not bad damage, to be honest. And I think that can crit, so I mean that's kind of cool. And then on the skill 3, it's called Hush. It's execution time. This will actually deal 1 whole first damage, or at least first damage to 1 whole foe, and is based off our resentment stack. So if we go ahead and have a ton of these, we're actually able to refresh that said resentment stack once we use it, and it comes out with a good looking little animation like this, which, oh my god, can we talk about that? Oh, there's the big boy damage. That's the crazy damage there, which is insane to see, man. It's so freaking cool to see. But dude, this character is already one of my favorite characters just based off of freaking looks, and I won't even lie to you, it's awesome to freaking see something like this. So kind of sucks, I did want to see the AOA. I'm actually liking that. The skill 3 did like 85k. I'm pretty sure like that's going to be her main ordeal for that huge damage. You get those stacks up, and then he is like your big boy damage. But dude, that's really cool. So I want to see what happens when we actually have some stacks on this character, and then we're going to try to wrap it up the video, because I'm not gonna lie, she's freaking cool already. So first things first, I'm just gonna pop the highlight just to pop it, because why the heck not? And then yeah, we're gonna go ahead and look at the whole thing here. Kill, boom, cool. I want to deal damage. I just genuinely want to see what is possible with this character, and we have pretty much nothing on. So I'm barely interested to see if we deal any crazy damage. I highly doubt it's going to be anything too insane, but like it'll still be cool, you know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and pop this. We'll only have 2 stacks of resentment due to, of course, using our highlight twice here. But if we were able to kill without what's it called, killing the rest, I think we could do more. But 65k, nothing too crazy, of course, but this is what I really want to see here. So use our skill 3, and I want to see this just kill. Or okay, 148k. Oh my god, nah, that's just not fair. That's just not fair. I already can see this character being a freaking demon. And then of course the AOA just to end it off, because it's so freaking cool. Hold on, pose for the camera, and yeah, no, this character, I'm already in love with the character. She's freaking awesome. But first impressions of her, she's freaking cool. I can't wait to utilize her more. I haven't had a lot of time to really get her fully prepped, but man, when I do, it is going to be a fun freaking time. So look forward to that as well, you guys. But hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, please do smash that like button, which P5X, consider subscribing if you are new. I do daily videos of P5X, and we're only going to continue from here. I'm going to be covering some more global things tomorrow as well. I don't know if there's going to be a double upload. There probably won't be unless I get home early from work. If I do, then I'll probably do another video. If I don't, you guys are going to just see something on Saturday and Sunday. Who knows? But till then, thank y'all guys for watching. Peace out.